Alright, we're gonna do the Q&A. Alright, hold on. Hold on, I got it. Let me pull it up. Alright, I'm gonna read the questions that I like or something. Okay. Alright, you know what? Alright. Let's start from the top. How is your fan base so garbage? I don't have one. Would you rather be a microwave or a toaster? And give a reason. What do you animate on? What's a question? Almost all of these are joke questions. How is your fan base so funny? When will you do another Q&A? How many microwaves can you fit in your fridge? Should I ask a question? Who is your inspiration? How many toasters does it take to microwave? Explain SpongeBob. Can you shout me out? How do you beat poggers? Can you please explain the FNAF lore? Fredbear's Family Diner, William Afton and Henry, opened in 1967. The family-friendly Fazbear-friendly diner, featuring a brown furry suit of a bear of a mascot. Henry would usually wear the suit, as he didn't have the money to hire someone to do the job for a long time, and they were studying at the time. William studied engineering and business and administration and communication. William met an unnamed woman, with whom he married, and 3 years later had a boy named Michael. They met in court. William being charged for murdering a child that was allegedly crying outside the diner for being scared of Fredbear, the bear. And she was working selling hot dogs in from the building. By the way, he was released because they didn't have evidences pointing it. It took them 4 years to actually achieve success with the diner, as they learned very little from that Michael, the Fredbear, was boring. William then designed a new mascot, a yellow furry bunny of a rabbit called Bonnie. The chemistry between both characters worked like black magic, and the success rained on them like rain on a rainy day. The amount of money got was so much, William used it to test his engineering skills, designing the first two spring-lock suits, which were obviously Bonnie and Fredbear. The success increased. Freddy Fazbear's Diner success was so big, a company decided to buy it, and an open franchise was built around it. Henry and William sold it, seeing as a lot of profit coming from it, but there was a catch. The company used sneaky legal actions that allowed them to have the diner 100% under their possession, erasing Henry and Michael's name on it. The company then opened Freddy Fazbear's Entertainment to take care of everything. William was so pissed because of this. He cut any relationship with anyone involved in the franchise. Henry, on the other hand, didn't know any other thing to do, so he asked for a job, and he became the phone guy. FFP opened in 1973 and featured 4 furry suits of the animals: Freddy Fazbear, a recolor of Bonnie, Chica, and the Foxy the Pirate. This made William even more pissed when he learned that they made 4 animatronics without him. He started planning his revenge. By the way, the diner was still open as a sister location for FP. The origin of Purple Guy in 1976, William had twins, a little blonde girl and a little brunette boy. They started to teach Michael to take care of them because Daddy won't be around forever. During his free time, William started designing and projecting new robots. He had hated the name animatronics and planned for his own company, Afton Robotics. But he had another plan up his sleeve: ruin Freddy Fazbear's Pizza from the inside. He disguised himself as Dave Miller and started working and applied for the daytime as a security guard at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. He was always wearing purple, the uniform's color, and usually hid in the shadows to stay out of sight from anyone who might recognize him. He was nicknamed as every child, the Purple Guy. During this time in 1980, he did his evil plan. Using the spring Bonnie suit he built years earlier, he lured 5 children to a back room, murdered them, and hid inside the body of the animatronics. In case you're wondering what he did with the 5th one, he obviously hid in a spare Freddy suit, and then he painted yellow. Duh. Fortunately for Billy, they actually caught Henry instead of him, as one of the cameras caught him walking around in one of the suits. He got out sometimes later, and they managed to prove he had some mental disabilities and had a fixation with wearing the suits around, and had no violent behavior. But Dave? Well, he was fired when Freddy Fazbear's Pizza was closed. Circus Baby, with the help of the money he got from selling the children's organs on the black market. William opened after robotics, and as he had Eddie ready to go for his own Kid Freddy restaurant, Circus Baby's Pizza World. The problem is that he got a new hobby, and this is where his hill went down. He liked so much the idea of killing children, and the profit he could get from selling their organs, healthy children's organs, are way more valuable than adults. He made special alliterations in his robots, turning them into kid kidnapping killing machines. The problem is that in 1982, he accidentally let his daughter get close to the baby when he wasn't looking, and baby killed her. He knew he was the one to blame, but he actually blamed Michael for this, saying that he, as the older brother, should have protected her. This incident led to the pizzeria's cancellation and William's divorce. His wife took Michael and the other boy with her, leaving him alone. His new hobby in this incident with life led him to become a human monster, the children going a little away from the entire Afton story arc. Let's talk about the children he murdered. The first one came to possess a puppet from Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The other 5, with the help of the first one, possessed the suits that were stuffed inside. They then started killing any adult they could at night, when there was no other children around, because they thought every adult was the purple guy that they heard of when they were still alive. The bite of 83 Williams' ex-wife took the children and started living closer together to the diner that was still running great. For the good old times before the problems, she would take them there. William, on the other hand, didn't like it in the slightest, and bought a warehouse close to their house, where he built an underground room to use to monitor cameras installed in the house. The diner, and in the street. He also started to prepare the warehouse to building Circus Baby's entertainment and rental. He also returned to his Dave Miller persona, working at the diner, taking a closer look at his sons. The crying child after the baby incident, Michael became a rebel teenager who, rebelling against his father's will, bullied his younger brother. For the brother's unluckiness, he was also traumatized for actually having witnessed baby killing his sister the year before. For his luckiness, though, he had a reliable friend, psychic friend Fredbear. Unbeknownst to him, the plush was actually a camera his father used to check on him. Nor unbeknown to him, when the plush talked to him, it was actually the spirit of his sister, who was haunting William's warehouse, and with supernatural abilities managed to speak through the camera system. Wait, I lost the page. The bite, per se, you all know how it happened. Birthday party, bad joke, head inside the bear's mouth, and chomp. Child's head crushed. He went to the hospital, but died. His sister tried to help him, but at the end, he became a ghost purple bear, crying in the corners everywhere the suit that killed him was at. William's revenge after the bite, Michael's mother committed suicide, and he was taken under William's keeping. But Billy wasn't happy with his son, who caused the death of another one of his children. William projected a new building to have a place for torturing children, specifically made for Michael. Actually, the room was designed to mimic Michael's room from the other house, so when he would fall asleep, William would take him to the nightmare room and release unnightmare robotic versions of the Fazbear animatronics to haunt him at night, giving him some reminders of what he did to his other brother. This marked Michael for life, and he eventually turned into a better person. Actually, 1987, OMG, this is so long, isn't it? Well, in 1987, another Freddy Fazbear's Pizza opened with new animatronics. William became Dave again and killed 5 more children. The place temporarily shut down and reopened in November, but it didn't last after Mangle bit someone. Henry was once again without a job. The problem is that, in this attempt, they recognized Dave as William, so he had to try and hide himself for his own safety. Fixing past mistakes during the time hiding, William started pondering about his decisions in life and how it screwed everything for him. He caused the death of his family, lasting only him and his older son. That was it. The solution. If he, William, ruined everything, Michael could be the one to fix everything. He sent a letter to Michael explaining everything he should do. William was aware of the spirits and possessions and knew that his daughter was haunting CBE&R. So he sent Michael there first. The sister location happened and all that jazz, or should I say, casual bongos, kill me. So maybe first thought of Michael was William, but then she recognized his brother. But she recognized his brother and saw an opportunity for her and the other sentient robots on the rental to leave, using him as human disguise. To prevent his brother from this, she did some black magic research and found a way to prevent him from dying. Then Ennard came to be. Michael was fooled into the scooping room and became a suit. Ennard tried to live a life regular as a human being, pretending to be Michael, but unfortunately, the black magic didn't prevent flesh from rotting. So the disguise was ruined, and Ennard left Michael's body, now living in the sewers, waiting for it to start shooting, hoping to get a role in it. But even though Michael became an undying walking corpse, his job wasn't done. He had one last thing to do, free the souls of his father's victims. So he went up to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza that was open in the 90s to check if the possessions thing was really going on in there. Harry died there before Michael began to work. Michael got a fake name, Mike Schmidt. He wasn't good with the names his father was. And worked there. He unfortunately fired for being a smelly corpse and supposedly tampering with the animatronics. So we waited for when the pizzeria closed for good. With the help of Shadow Freddy, who was actually the spirit of his younger brother, dismantled the tronics, freeing from the children's souls from their physical restraints for Michael's unluckiness in FNAF's Rotten Universe Corpse Purple, which leads to the spirits believing he was the purple guy and consequently attacking him. Thankfully, Michael remembered about the spring bodysuit they used for the left in. Michael stayed there, sitting in an abandoned room, a rotten body inside the Brad and Becky suit, with his brother. FNAF 3, no one likes FNAF 3. You all know what happens here. Future Freddy Fazbear Fright burned down, and then attempted from Michael to remove the suit. He thought the fire would sooner get the suit, but it only heard one more. He concluded the last thing he should do in his never-ending life was to go after his father, the only one to cause all this stuff that happened to everyone in this freaking franchise. So what's to come? Only FNAF 6 will answer us. One is how to hit those low notes coming out. Imposter sus, or I'm done.